All right, let's be for real for a second, because can we all agree that 10 straight losses is kind of crazy? Like, I don't care how bad your team is, but 10 losses in a row, meaning consecutively, meaning without a win in between, to have 10 L's in a row is kind of wild, isn't it? I mean, the Heat just finished this rough stretch that we talked about a couple of weeks ago where they had a bunch of really good teams. And before the stretch started, I made a video talking about it, and I said if the Heat lose all those games, they'd be on a 10-game losing streak. They'd be 12 games under 500. And in the back of my head, as I'm saying that, I'm, like half joking, like, they're not going to lose all these games. They're not going to lose 10 in a row. They did it. They're here. I don't know why I'm surprised, but if you would have told me back then that the Heat would actually lose 10 in a row, I would have never believed you, which maybe just speaks to how ignorant I am or how much of a blindly optimistic Heat fan I am, but no more, because now I'm looking at the positives, which I guess still makes me optimistic. But what those positives are is Cooper Flag, baby. Dropped a cool 14 points today in Duke's win. They looked very good. VJ Edgecombe dropped 14 points himself in a Baylor win. And right now, Oklahoma's in a tight game at halftime. Jeremiah Fears with 11 points. He's looking good. So there's a lot of these top prospects looking pretty good in March Madness so far. And the Heat might have their pick of the litter. They really might, because, should we even check Tankathon? We really haven't been doing that in every video, but I certainly think we should. If y'all are not familiar, Tankathon shows the updated draft order after every game. And while it's not updated for Miami yet, they are currently slotted to pick 8th in the draft, which means that they have a 26% chance at top 4 and a 6% chance to get number 1 and draft Cooper Flag. I'm trying to see if anybody close to us played tonight or lost tonight. No, not really. Nothing from the Raptors, nothing from the Bulls tonight. Let's see who they play tomorrow, because that's what type of time we on now. We on Tank Watch, as it looks like tomorrow the Bulls play the Lakers in LA, so that'll probably be a tough game for them, although LeBron is still out. But anyways, yeah, it really doesn't matter who the hell plays for the Heat. They're still going to lose. They're still going to blow double-digit leads like we saw tonight. Tonight, of course, you got Andrew Wiggins back. He was starting alongside Jaime Jaquez, which I thought was an extremely weird lineup. But I did like a few things early on in the game, as usual, because the Heat for the first 3 quarters look competent, and then they fall off a cliff in the fourth quarter. Why? Well, I kind of do know why, because yesterday I just posted a 20-minute film analysis breaking down the Heat's collapse versus the Detroit Pistons, and I highly recommend y'all check it out. Like, I actually looked through every single possession, offensive and defensive, for the last 3 minutes of the game and broke down exactly what the Heat did right and what exactly went wrong. So I highly recommend y'all check out that video if you want to learn or maybe see what's going on here. But and just to give a little spoiler alert, everybody is kind of in the wrong. It's not just Tyler Hero. It's not just Bam Adebayo. But at the end of the day, I think those guys do deserve most of the blame, because they're supposed to be the guys. They're the number 1 and the number 2. And while we all agree they can't be the first and second option on a championship team, we should have thought, or at least they believe, or the front office believes, that they should be a 1 and 2 option on a average team, above average team. But right now, they're quite literally the worst team in the league. So anyways, so in the first quarter today, the very first possession was a Bam Adebayo lob to Khil Ware. We've seen that play a few times recently, and it gets me super excited, because it's truly just like a little flash of the potential that Khil Ware has, especially playing alongside Bam Adebayo. And I am a strong believer in Khil Ware. I think the potential there of him starting next to Bam Adebayo is great. So just the fact that we're starting to see these two work off each other gets me really excited. Khil Ware had a really great game today. Coming into the game, I was a little concerned how he would fare against Alperen Sengun, because although they're basically the same exact size, Sengun is a guy that I think is a little bit more physical with regards to getting the ball on the block, trying to work in the post, excellent offensive rebounder. And Khil Ware is still a little bit skinny, so I thought the toughness and aggressiveness of Sengun might bother him, but not really. I mean, today Sengun only had 8 points and 10 rebounds. He shot 4 of 15. I feel like Khil Ware's presence in the paint was felt today. How many blocks did he have? He had 2 blocks today. but finished with 16 points, 14 rebounds. He had a couple of threes too, right? How many threes he had today? He was 2 of 2 from 3, had a great pass to Duncan Robinson cutting back door. We're starting to see some of this vision from Khil Ware sprinkled in here and there. So he's really showing the signs of a versatile big man, which is part of the reason that I'm so excited about him. We know he can finish inside. We know he can take advantage of a mismatch. We saw him back down Jabari Smith a couple times today, who is still 6'10", but Khil Ware still has a size advantage there. We saw him back down maybe Tari Eason, I think, but when he gets the ball in the post, he's able to take advantage of those mismatches. Same thing on the offensive rebounding side. Same thing blocking shots inside. If he's hitting the 3-ball and passing, then it's like, what can't he do? Once he puts on a little bit of muscle. So I am very optimistic on Khil Ware just to bring some positivity. There was another really funny moment early on where Dillon Brooks was cooking, which is obviously infuriating because Dillon Brooks is not known as a scorer. Now, he can score. He's not a bum. I don't want to say that. He only finished with 11 points today, but I think he had the Rockets first 6 points or something like that. But it was funny because after he scored a layup, he was talking trash to, I think, some fans or the Heat bench. And as he's backpedaling to get back on defense while talking trash, he bust his ass. The turf monster, as they say in the NFL, got him where he literally just tripped over the logo. The flat 2D logo on the Heat court, he tripped over it backpedaling. And you know how embarrassing that is to be talking trash to a fan or in the audience or something like that, and then you bust your ass while walking? That to me made this game enjoyable. More enjoyable than any Heat game we've seen in the last couple of weeks. So I thought that was hilarious because the rest of it wasn't great. He had 6 turnovers in the first 4 minutes. That was a sign truly for the whole game. On the night, the Heat finished with 20 turnovers. Whew. And how many assists did they have, too? They had 25 turnovers to 20 assists. That's not a winning number. It could be your first day watching basketball in your life, and you would know that's not a winning formula. That's terrible. 25 assists to 20 turnovers? Oh, my God. I didn't even realize it was that bad, so I just looked at the numbers. Oh, man. Got some Kevin Love minutes in the first quarter. That's how desperate we are. He played 5 minutes. 5 minutes of cardio. Didn't record a single statistic. But somehow the Heat were still up 4 after the first quarter. And then going into the second quarter, I saw something that actually got me interested because it is going to be some good hoops. Did y'all hear that? I think it dropped during the game. Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson are going to be doing a one-on-one contest for $100,000. I didn't even know this was in the works, but apparently it's taking place on June 6th. I don't know any more details, but that's going to be fun, man. And listen, Lance, make him dance. The boy can certainly hoop, but there's levels to this. And Michael Beasley is in the 99.9% percentile, I guess, when it comes to one-on-one hoopers. If you've listened to any basketball podcast, Heat-related, non-Heat-related, anything over the years, I'm sure you've heard your favorite hooper talk about losing to Michael Beasley one-on-one because he's that nice. He's going to cook Lance Stevenson, but I'm excited to watch. By the way, my friend Michael Beasley, we hung out one time when me and Mario Chalmers, funny story, when me and Mario Chalmers recorded our in-person podcast in Miami. So we're waiting in this lounge where we recorded the podcast. And if y'all didn't know, I have a podcast with Mario Chalmers, technically, but we only did 2 episodes, one on Zoom, one in person. It was a couple years ago. And he's really been too busy to make it a consistent thing. But maybe I'll hit him up again one day. But anyways, for the one in person, we were texting. We were going to meet up at a spot. And then Mario shows up. He walks through the back door. We were at some lounge in Miami. And I dap him up. I'm like, yo, what's up, Mario? And he's like, yo, I brought a friend with me if that's cool. And I look behind Mario. And it's freaking Michael Beasley standing there, dog. I'm like, hell yeah, that's cool. And I went up to him. I was like, yo, Mike, right? Obviously, I know it's Michael Beasley. So I dap him up. And basically what happened that night is the Heat were playing the Celtics that night, and we just watched the rest of the Heat game. And then me and Mario Chalmers recorded the podcast, which y'all can find on my channel. Just search Miami Heat or just search Anthony Donardo, Mario Chalmers. It'll come up. But yeah, so we got to watch the whole second half of the Heat game together. And Michael Beasley's hilarious. So it was me, Mike, Mario, my boy Will, who I brought to record my camera, and then a couple of the guys who run the lounge in there. So there was 8 of us all hanging out. And Beasley is so funny, bro. I remember Hayward Highsmith was getting cooked by Jason Tatum, and Beasley's like, man, ain't no way Hayward's on this roster getting cooked by Tatum. Tatum wouldn't cook me like that. And I looked at Beasley and I was like, come on, Beasley. if he's doing that to Hayward, he's cooking you too. And Beasley would look at me and be like, man, stop playing with me. And it was just a funny dynamic. Like, I had felt like I'd known Beasley for years. I don't know. It was just funny. But enough filibustering because we have nothing to talk about. Let's get back into the game where I guess we should talk about Andrew Wiggins. 20-point second quarter, shot like 7 of 8. Was truly looking like Maple Jordan out there, dunking, mid-range, hitting threes. He looked awesome. And that part is kind of funny too because I put out a tweet like a day ago that I kind of was trolling, but I said the Andrew Wiggins trade is slowly approaching the awfulness of the Terry Rozier trade, mostly just because Andrew Wiggins has been hurt and you traded Jimmy because he couldn't stay healthy, and now Wiggins can't stay healthy. But obviously I was mostly joking. He's not as bad as Terry Rozier. So then when Wiggins started cooking in the second quarter today, people were retweeting that previous tweet calling me stupid. So I sent out a new tweet saying Andrew Wiggins is slowly approaching the greatness of the LeBron James trade from Miami. So I don't know. That's what the internet is. It's a bunch of liars. So anybody who gets upset over what people say on the internet, you need to reevaluate your life because it's all ones and zeros, as my guy Royal A. Shepard says. But anyways, Wiggins went off. The Heat were up 8 at halftime. They ended up going up 11 in the third quarter, but then the Rockets got kind of hot. Basically, the Heat had a bunch of turnovers that quarter. The Rockets could not hit a free throw to save their life. They're actually the worst free throw shooting team in the league, and that trend continued today. They were 10 to 21. They shot 47% from the free throw line, and the Heat lost this game. But that's basically what the third quarter is. Eventually, the Heat's 11-point lead completely got erased, but they were still up 2 at the end of the third quarter. And then to start the fourth quarter, Bam Adebayo got a bucket right away, which is very refreshing because last game he didn't score in the fourth quarter at all. So I'm hoping he's going to be aggressive. We're going to get a strong bounce-back game from Bam, and we didn't see it. Instead, we saw Fred VanVleet go absolutely berserk, which was very frustrating because today, Fred VanVleet finished with 37 points, I think, and he shot 13 of 17. That's, what percentage does that come to? Yeah, he shot 13 to 17 for 76%. From the field this season, Fred VanVleet shoots 38%. That's from the field, not from three. So he's a sub 40% shooter from the field, the epitome of inefficiency. But today he shoots 13 to 17. Make it make sense. I don't know. He was cooking. He called a timeout. After the timeout, they immediately had a turnover. It's a common trend with this team, or a common theme with this team, I guess. After every Spoelstra timeout, they turn it over. We talked about that in the breakdown film analysis from yesterday. Jabari Smith Jr., the Heat are trying to keep it close. Jabari Smith Jr. missed. Adams gets an offensive rebound. Back out to Jabari Smith Jr., who makes a three. Those are just winning plays that the Heat are not making. Spoelstra will call another timeout. Wiggins would actually get a nice look. After the timeout, he got to the rim for a wide open layup. Missed it. That led to a Men Thompson breakaway dunk. Rockets are now up double digits. That put them up 10 with 7 minutes to go. Tyler Hero starts dancing with the ball, danced with it for 20 seconds, then threw a grenade to Davion Mitchell, who airballed a step-back three. That's our offense. Dance, 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 bing, bing, bing. Oh, Davion Mitchell, save us. Step-back three, airball. They just stopped running offense. I don't understand it. It wasn't all bad. I mean, I noted another play where there was some decent ball movement. It led to a wide open Andrew Wiggins three in the corner. That would have cut it to a 3-point game with just over 3 minutes to go. But no, he missed it. So what good is Andrew Wiggins scoring 20 in the second quarter if in crunch time he's missing layups and missing wide open threes? What good is that? Further on, Tyler Hero's trying to bring the ball up the court, gets ripped by Amen Thompson. This is what we've been talking about with Tyler Hero all season too. Oh, it's great. He's putting up good numbers. He was shooting the ball well early on. But every time he plays an elite defender, he can't do anything. Now, I guess he did play pretty well the last time the Heat were in Houston, and that's when him and the men got into it. But that is more of the outlier at this case. Because add today Amen Thompson and Amen Thompson will lock down anybody. He's a great defender. But that just goes to show, or I guess he won't lock down anybody because the true stars will still get their numbers. Amen will just make it difficult. But for Tyler Hero, he's not a true star. He's not a true superstar, at least. He can't be the guy on a championship team. We've been saying this. And that's proof by Tyler Hero today, scoring 8 points on 11 shots. He shot 3 of 11. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Tyler Hero. 6 turnovers. 4 assists, 6 turnovers. Being guarded by a great defender, that's what happens when Tyler Hero is guarded by a great defender. That's just it. Other than that, there was one scary moment. Bam Adebayo got his knee fell on top of by Amen Thompson. Amen was trying to run through a screen and kind of fell right on Bam's knee. It looked scary, but thank God Bam finished the game. Everything's okay there. I'm hoping so, particularly because I'm going to the Warriors game on Tuesday, which is now just a handful of days away, 2 games away. They got the Hornets coming up on Sunday, which who knows if the losing streak will end then. We just lost to the Hornets a week ago. But then they got the Warriors coming to town the next day. Curry might already be out. He has a pelvic contusion. He landed pretty hard on his back just yesterday. So Curry may be in. He might be out for that game versus the Heat. But I don't care. I want to see Jimmy Butler play, particularly against Bam Adebayo. So hopefully Jimmy can stay healthy the next couple of games. Same thing with Bam Adebayo. We'll knock on some wood here. But at least Bam finished the game. So hopefully everything's okay with him. But yeah, as far as the box score, Wiggins finished with 30 points, 10-13. It's a good game. That is a good game, actually. I didn't realize he only missed 3 shots, and 2 of them was the wide open layup late and the wide open 3. But still, I'll give him credit for the good game. Bam Adebayo, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 6 of 13 overall, even though he did bank in a meaningless 3 at the buzzer, which a lot of people might call meaningless, but not me, because I got to show y'all this. On one of the anonymous player prop betting app that doesn't sponsor me, so I will not say their name. I had Bam Adebayo as an alternate for 15 points. And check out the cash, baby. Because Bam Adebayo had 13 points before that. And I saw him get a rebound sprinting down the court. I'm saying, shoot it, Bam, shoot it. Sure enough, he banked it in, which usually those plays always go against me. But I got lucky today, so I'll take it. But yeah, Khil Ware was pretty good today. 16 points, 14 rebounds. Jaime Jaquez, only 4 points on 5 shots in his start. Only played 15 minutes. We talked about Hero. Davion Mitchell got you 12 points. He was good today. He for some reason, he took like the last 6 shots of the game. Not his fault. He was just being given the ball at the last second. It seemed like Bam and Tyler didn't want to shoot. I mean, Tyler today even only took 11 shots. They didn't want to shoot today. But yeah, I thought Davion was decent. And then Haywood, Duncan, those guys played, but didn't really do anything of significance. And Burks played 3 minutes. And then he didn't play anymore. So I don't know. Barely any Burks. No Terry Rozier. Once again, that's 3 games in a row without Terry minutes, so we can't blame him. But yeah, that's the game for you. I don't really got much else new to say other than hopefully I'm definitely rooting for the lottery at this point. Yeah. Okay, Tankathon is updated. We still pick 8th according to if the draft lottery stays the same. But yeah, I'm rooting for ping pong balls now. I'm not gonna lie to you, but let me know all y'all thoughts down below. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe because all the support is greatly appreciated. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out, everyone.
Look, pull up in your city tryna get that dead face. Do it on my own, I don't need no dead weight. Had to kill him off, yeah, I need a head space. You know this homegrown bitch don't offend me.